there is an article from 9 to 5 Google from May 8th, so just a couple of days ago.
Yeah. Fresh off the internet.
It started appearing for beta channel users a week ago, and we're now seeing it on all Pixel 8 and Fold devices. We checked today running the phone by Google Preview. A car's calling screen informs you they are live. Explore new ways to make calling memorable. This is a bad situation. Maybe I'm not getting a Pixel. Represented by Emoji, you have 6 sounds with accompanying animations that take over your screen.
Oh, Brendan, you got it. You got to camp out the night before outside of that Google store.
Clapping hands, applause. Face with tears of joy, laughing. Party popper, cheering. It should be a pop and cheering.
Yeah. Like a little, like the little 2D horn thing that unfurls. Goes,
or that. I was thinking, what's a party popper? So you need the like, psh, yay.
Oh, yeah, the popper, like,
yeah,
whatever that thing's.
Crying face, trombone. Whoa, whoa.
Yeah, that's appropriate.
That's gonna be even funnier when people use, because people use inappropriately use crying emojis for like death notices. So it's gonna be like you're texting someone being like, my grandma died last night, and then you're gonna get this wah wah.
Boom, 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 boom.
The Price is Right sound effect.
Or you hit like a drum thing by accident, and it goes ba-dum.
Pile of poo. Pile of poo.
I thought it was just a poop. I didn't know it was a pile. Like, how big of a pile? Like the pile of poop from
Alex, I love
Jurassic
when
Park?
I love that you latch on to the wrong thing that I'm concerned about. You're like, I don't know what's a pile. Why are we doing farting sound effect? Why are we doing this? I might be switching to Apple phones now.
Oh.
If Google pursues this line,
well, what's the other option? Huawei?
Option. Switch to a dumb phone. That would be ideal.
A Nokia?
Amazing.
That would be.
I don't think you can get. I don't think.
Can you get a jitterbug? I mean, you're under like 70, but so are you allowed to get a jitterbug?
Are you on Verizon?
Who, me?
Yeah,
I'm on T-Mobile. Which it used to be
Sprint.
Sprint, yeah. And then they merged, but actually just got bought out.
I don't know.
Oh, so, Samsung. That's another one.
Well, that's still Android.
Oh, okay.
I would leave Android OS completely if they introduce poop farting sound effects.
Does Microsoft still?
Nope. There's only 2 options, Alex. It's iOS or Android. These are your options. Or you go with
Huawei
devices. No, Alex, stop it. That's still Android. Stop. Bad, Alex. That's just another phone manufacturer.
I thought they run off of their iOS is called Android.
Gotta censor that now.
Boom, 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 boom.
What am I looking for? Other phones. What else do we have? We got one. We got one other phone.
Kazuna.
That has barely. Well, it's under. It doesn't even have 2 stars.
Is it 1 3/4?
1 3/4 stars for the Kazuna eTalk.
4 gigs. Wow, that is thin. That used to be like the Motorola Razr.
If this was a normal, if I could get away with this professionally, I would absolutely ditch smartphones. I would go back to having a fucking GPS in my car.
Garmin.
Actually, no, I would just keep this phone to run it as a GPS.
Yeah.
Because I'd pass through in the dashboard.
You'd print out MapQuest directions on a piece of paper.
That's what I did when I was a kid. That's what I did when my first times going to visit a girl in her dorm. Mm-hmm. I printed out, was going to Western University, and I printed out all of the directions on MapQuest, and I taped it to the dashboard.
That's how it was.
And what I would do, and you probably did the same thing, I guess probably everybody did, you would, it'd be like, get onto this. In 5 miles, I would reset the odometer, so then I would know when I was closing in on 5 miles and it was almost time to get over. And then usually the way road trips work is you do a bunch of little moves, and then you're on, and then it'll be like, stay on US 66 for 215 miles. And it's just like, now it's clear sailing.
Yep. And then eventually it got to where like the GPS device, like the TomTom or the Garmin, were like affordable. So then you got that, and then like a year afterwards, they stopped updating the firmware, and they're like, "Oh, this is all now just on us on this iPhone." Before it was even called a smartphone, right? It was like, "Oh, I guess this is kind of completely useless now."
And then everybody started having you'd have the holder for the phone, and then gradually you've gotten the pass-throughs now for your dashboard to have.
Yeah, or your dashboard is now just a smartphone, basically.
It's true. Anyway, so is there a demonstration of this?
I would love. Well, yeah, I hope so. That would be kind of interesting to see. The audio margin. Oh, those people down there get to experience it.
We'll see what this is first.
Hello everyone. Tonight, as always, I will show you a preview of the features that Google activates daily on our Pixel devices, which will gradually be available on all smartphones. Audio emojis. What has Google invented? Google has come up with sending an audio emoji during a phone call. Let me show you how it works right away. Let's go to the phone app settings. You will.
What's that?
I think it's Italian.
I was thinking.
Esprime emozione.
Yeah, I was thinking. I was waiting for the greetings, sirs, but I was wrong, and that was my fault.
But I was thinking, like, why would this dude have an Italian phone?
I'll try to do better in the future. But I think you're right. I think he's Italian.
See a section here for audio emojis where you can enable or disable them.
But why does he sound like that?
Oh, God. It's terrible.
Let's make a call and see what happens. In this case, I am calling my wife. Here,
why?
Let me show you a few. A fart, applause, celebrations. As you can see, the effects are very amusing as always.
Oh.
I think I have to switch. If this gets implemented mainstream,
you have to.
Into the main branch, I have to switch to Apple. I have a strict no poop policy on my phone.
Coming from a butthole connoisseur as yourself, there's limitations.
I regret mentioning this to you.
Flashback.
I've always been, ever since I've heard of it, I've been tempted by it.
Balut?
Yeah. I've been interested.
Not for the faint of heart.
Well, if you can do it, I can do it, Alex.
Yeah, but some of the stuff I've eaten compared to some of the stuff you've eaten, it is just. I mean, you've done a good job too. But I'm like,
I eat buttholes, dude. I don't know what your concern is.
Was it sheep or goat?
Human.
Oh, okay. Okay, got a little worried there.
Sheep or goat? Dear Lord.
End of flashback.
Anyway, so that was awful. I hate my life.
Oh, this is not boding good for you, sir.
No.
Sorry.
In short, Google also thinks about entertaining us a bit. Remember, if you want to stay super updated on Pixel, Android 14, and all the latest Google news, you should subscribe to my channel and not miss any videos. Thank you all for listening, and I will see you in the next exciting update. Don't forget to like, comment, and share this video with your friends.
Well, thank you, Antonio. That was, and if you're Antonio Camarino, it's the channel we were just watching. This is horrifying, and my day is ruined.
Very dystopian.
My disappointment is immeasurable, and my day is ruined.
Apple has something kind of similar to that type of thing, where if you send somebody like happy birthday and the text comes through and it kind of creates this little balloon confetti thing, but that's, as far as I know, that's pretty much it.
That's too unsophisticated, and that might sound pretentious, but having like sending a poop fart audio track to somebody when you're on a call with them, that's too tacky. That is too fucking déclassé, in my opinion.
Well, speaking of déclassé, but I wonder if it's gonna get like poop bombed, like just poop spamming text. Like, is there like a limitation as to how many times it'll play that same audio clip in a row? Because I could see somebody just like high school kids are just going to be doing this stuff all the time.
The high school kids all have iPhones. It's only weird contrarians like me who are like, I like complete access to the internals of my, like when you plug in an iPhone on a PC or even on a Mac, you might be able to get your photos off, and that's about it. You don't see the file system. You don't see, and I want, yes, I want to be able to plug in my phone and basically be able to move files wherever the fuck I want. And you can do that. It's basically, it turns into just a thumb drive.
And you don't need to have any type of proprietary like photo access. Yeah, that's what I hate about this thing.
It's funny because I work with people, pretty much everyone I work with uses an iPhone, and only a couple of us still have Androids. But one of my coworkers like saved the day with his Android because everyone was having trouble downloading a file that they needed for a live event, and he had an Android. He was able to use his LTE to download the file, but it was like 5 gigs, and then all he did was plug it in over USB, drag the file off his phone, and it was there. You couldn't really do it that easily with an iPhone, as far as I know. And leave a comment if I'm wrong. But as far as I know, just like having not root access, but direct access to the storage.
Real access.
Yeah. To just go into your downloads folder and drag it off without jumping through hoops. I'm just saying. That's why I like Android. But if they continue to release poop fart sound effects as a mainstream feature, I will be happy to move off of this platform. Thank you.